collectively, together. Play fast, play physical, most importantly, let's finish. Tight ends on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tight ends.
That five. Let's go, big five.
You look good, you play good, they play good, baby.
They stop me. But it won't be easy.
Hey.
I promise you that. I don't know what's going on today. I just feel special.
The pass rush right there dominate this thing.
Hey, here we go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Looking left, now back to the middle of the field. Lofts it up. Hunter Henry, touchdown. Hey now. All kinds of time, going deep. Oh, it tips off of Trevor Williams into the hands of Kyle Emanuel. It's intercepted. Emanuel still on his feet inside the 30. Makes the handoff, rolling to his right as Rivers. Going deep, has a receiver. Tyrell Williams makes the catch. 25-20 to the house. Rivers to Tyrell Williams.
Right there. I never thought he was going to
There you go.
And it's a flea flicker. Rivers steps up, right sideline, Keenan Allen falls but makes the catch. Hand off to Gordon, lowers the shoulder, into the end zone, touchdown Chargers.
We shared with Melvin. We're being good friends.
Thank you. I'm getting in there. What they talking about? I'm in there. We at the boy. I got to get it.
I was waiting on you, look.
What
I
celebration?
walked straight to the spot. Come on, what you got for me? All right, bet. We on the next one.
Keep loving one another. Keep playing for each other. It shows on the field. You got a chance to do something special. Yeah. Real special. One game at a time. 1-0 in the fourth quarter. Yes, congratulations.
Yes, Love on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Access Chargers, presented by Toyota. I'm your host, Haley Elwood. In this week's show, Nick Hardwick goes goal line to goal line with Keenan Allen. Then, our radio team answers all of your Bolts questions in Ask the Booth. And later, Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn sits down to preview the Week 15 game against the Kansas City Chiefs. But we kick things off with Chargers offensive coordinator Ken Whisenhunt as he breaks down the 51-yard flea flicker from the Week 14 win over the Washington Redskins.
Benjamin, the man in motion, and it's a flea flicker. Rivers steps up, right sideline, Keenan Allen falls but makes the catch.
What we're going to call here is what we call a flea flicker. It's actually where we hand it off to the back. He goes up in the line, turns around, and pitches it back to the quarterback. You can see we add a little window dressing on it by taking Travis and putting him over the top. All we're trying to do is give him a little misdirection. You can see that Phillip hands the ball off to Melvin right here, and Melvin goes far enough up into the line that you can see it draws the linebackers up. And here's the key to this play. If you can see right here, the free safety in the middle of the field, he's the one that we're really trying to influence. And what we do is we fake it enough that he takes 3 steps up, and all of a sudden he realizes that Keenan is going to affect him, and then it's too late. Good look at it from the end zone. He rotates back on the snap to the middle of the field. When he sees action, he drives to the play, and that's what really sells it for us. What's really interesting is you can see Keenan coming in from this side of the picture to block him, and that also affects him. As soon as he feels the timing of the play, he takes off to the back corner of the end zone, which we get a good look at there. By this time, they're outflanked, and once again, Phillip puts the ball on the money, and it was a big play in the game for us.
A good job of just coasting through the secondary and then getting high behind Norman and Swearinger. How about that adjustment to the ball, running full speed?
When we return on Access Chargers, our radio team debates just how unstoppable Keenan Allen is in this week's edition of Ask the Booth. And then Nick Hardwick breaks down footage from the Bolts' Week 15 opponent, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Underneath center is Rivers. Eckler, the back, fakes the handoff, rolling to his right is Rivers. Going deep, has a receiver. Tyrell Williams makes the catch. 25-20 to the house. Rivers to Tyrell Williams, 75 yards, knock on wood.
The Bolts take on the Kansas City Chiefs this week in a continued quest for the AFC West. Here's our radio team of Matt Money Smith and Nick Hardwick discussing the task of containing Tyreek Hill, preparing for the loud crowd noise at Arrowhead Stadium, and where to find the best barbecue in KC.
All right, welcome to our Week 14/15 installment of Ask the Booth. Our man Nick Hardwick is back. Took a little sabbatical last week.
Parent-teacher conferences.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, very important for the little ones to make sure they're on track.
You know what they say, if you don't set the young ones on track by the time they're 2, you're stewed forever.
I'm host.
So, yeah, I was about to say something else. But it's good to have you back, Nick. Remember, you can always submit the questions through any form of our social media, any of the platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you name it, we'll get to it. It's #AskTheBooth. So, Nick, let's get started with Evan Gibson asks, can Keenan Allen be stopped?
One-on-one? No. He can't be stopped one-on-one, seriously. Last week against the Redskins, you're seeing more and more double teams thrown Keenan Allen's way, which is doing what? It's opening up Hunter Henry.
Hello, Tyrell Williams.
It's opening up Tyrell Williams. Guys are going to continue to pop open because Keenan Allen, one-on-one, unguardable.
This is from Kodator, I guess. How do the Bolts, speaking of contain Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill is a weapon and part of their offense. I think if the Chargers defense does what it's been doing over the last several weeks, they're going to be just fine. You can't let him have the big plays like the 30-yarder that he had the first time the teams matched up with the linebacker on that over. Yes.
I mean, it's a much different looking defense on the back end than we saw in that Week 3 against them. All right, the atmosphere at Arrowhead will be playoff-like. How do the Chargers prep for that? Do they do any prep? Do they pump in music or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Every team across the NFL does that portion of it. They got loudspeakers. They'll be cranking in crowd noise. The thing you can't prep for is the emotional portion of it.
And I guess I'll do the follow-up question here. And is there something, even if it's negative energy, just about having that much energy in a stadium where you're playing?
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. Driving in, the giant parking lot,
the
all the tailgating
the
going on, they'll be all riled up, greased up. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous atmosphere.
It is.
And it's one of the more special places to play in the NFL.
All right, and finally, what's the best place for visiting Charger fans to grab true Kansas City barbecue?
Okay, the thing about Kansas City barbecue, there's a lot of places. Everyone's got their own particular flavors. Mine is Jack Stacks, and you gotta have the burnt ends. So off of the ribs, those little knobbies, the little fat, crunchy, burnt knobbies, that's where it's at now. Jack Stacks has the best.
I would just say if you're gonna make a trip to Kansas City, make sure you go to the Jazz Museum. It's pretty special. All right, that's gonna do it. You got jazz clubs, you got barbecue, and a whole lot of great football analysis thanks to this guy. We'll be back again next week, and you know what? There may be a very special live Ask the Booth coming on Saturday from Kansas City right before we make our way over to Arrowhead, so make sure you keep your eyes out for that.
After more than a decade in the NFL, Nick Hardwick fondly remembers the rivalry between the Chargers and the Chiefs. But now, step into the film room with the former center as he breaks down footage from the Week 15 opponent.
One of the keys in slowing down the Kansas City Chiefs offense this weekend, Saturday in Arrowhead, is being very clear in your communication and very disciplined on the defensive side of the ball. What the Chiefs have returned to in the last several weeks, which has caused them an uptick in their production, is using their skill position guys, and they've got 3, potentially 4 very talented guys that have a lot of speed, and their offense is predicated on these guys. Wide receiver, running back, do-it-all return man, Tyreek Hill, fastest guy in the National Football League, and their running back, whether it's Kareem Hunt or in this case is Charcandrick West. The play design is designed to get you to break down in communication, break down in discipline, creating massive caverns. This one happens to be a screen with multiple outlets on it. Let's let this play go a little bit. What you're gonna see is Tyreek Hill come across the formation, then he's gonna work back out. It's a fake screen to Tyreek, and you've got Charcandrick West gonna work out in the flat, and then Travis Kelce is gonna work the seam here. Why this play is so effective is it draws the middle linebacker out of the hole, and there's an assignment breakdown. So as Tyreek Hill starts working his way across the formation here and back out, Alex Smith fakes a screen to him, which draws the inside linebacker and the safety out to defend against the speedster. Alex Smith feinted like he was gonna go over there, wheels back around, Sharkandrick West out in the flat here, but the real guy that they are looking for is Travis Kelce sitting right in the hole here. Look at all of this room that Travis Kelce has to work with now based on the play design, based on Tyreek Hill drawing a safety and a middle linebacker out. Get the ball in the athlete's hands and let the playmaker make a safety miss. Nearly scores a touchdown, but the key to that play really is drawing out the middle linebacker, drawing out the safety into the flat to cover the speedy Tyreek Hill, and you can see the action of Alex Smith in the backfield, the speed from Tyreek Hill. The play looks like it's set up from the jump to go to Tyreek Hill. It's not, and it works to perfection. Middle screen, Travis Kelce makes a linebacker miss, rally to the ball. They're gonna get their plays. You gotta find a way to slow them down.
Coming up next, we go into the kitchen with tender greens, and stay tuned for our final segment where you'll hear from Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn on the rematch with the Chiefs.
Well, the noise. You know, I've been in that stadium when it's really, really loud, and I've been in that stadium when it's really, really quiet. So hopefully we can do the latter, but the noise can definitely affect the offense.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, one of my favorite places to play. I know it's going to be electric now with a lot on the line.
It's a big game. I think it's important to know what's at stake, which I think we all do. At the same time, to just keep the same approach we've had that's been working.
December football, when you're playing to get in, it's a lot different. So I think it'll be wild in there, especially with they're playing for the division title also. So it's kind of like a championship type game, type feel. So it'll be fun.
Keenan Allen has been on a tear over the past month as he recorded his 4th straight 100-yard receiving game, this time against the Washington Redskins. It is the longest such streak in the NFL this season and tied for the 2nd longest streak in team history. Now, get to know more about KA13 as he goes goal line to goal line with Nick Hardwick.
Welcome to Goal Line presented by MRC. I'm Nick Hardwick. This guy really doesn't need an introduction, but we'll introduce him anyway. Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen. Keenan, how are you, friend? Thank you for the time.
Appreciate you having me.
First off, you are on fire right now.
Yeah.
You are the first receiver in NFL history to have 10+ catches, 100+ receiving yards, and at least a touchdown in 3 straight games. They sent parts of your jersey to Canton, Ohio to be a part of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. How's that feel?
Feels good. Lets me know I'm on the right track. I'm doing what I need to be doing, and we're playing good football.
To me, the greatest physical tool you have is like a basketball player. You've got the best crossover in the game. Mm-hmm. I think as a point guard, you would be a phenomenal point guard. Were you a good basketball player?
I'm a young Kyrie Irving now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel that way?
Yeah, I'm
like
Kyrie
that
Irving
crossover will kill people.
Yeah, it's that way.
But other than that crossover, other than that like physical tool, which gets you separations at the top of your break or man press, what's your greatest asset?
I think definitely the knowledge.
It's the brain.
Yeah, knowing the coverage, knowing his leverage, knowing what I can attack, knowing what he doesn't want me to attack and attacking it.
I know you said at the beginning of the year, you said I'm 100% healthy, I'm back, I'm ready. If you were to go back and watch film from the beginning of the year, would you look back at that film and go, I was 100% healthy
Negative.
then? You are now, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're at full force. Do you think you still have any room to grow in there?
Yeah, I think so. I feel better than I did last week. Came in yesterday, I was feeling good. I wasn't too sore. I was able to run around a little bit after walk too, so I'm just feeling better every week. So.
You get a chance to play Kansas City this weekend, Saturday night, Arrowhead. Not that it's everything for the division, but it's a lot of something for the division. I mean, this is as close to playoff football as you're gonna get. How do you get your mind into that space to get excited, ready to play, but not too much so?
I just think you let it play. You let it play out. You don't really think about it. I think about it all the time because I envision plays, I envision how I want to attack. And then I just kind of let the game come to me. I'm going to be excited, I'm going to be nervous, all that. That's just football, but, you know, once it's time to go.
How's your team changed since that Week 3 contest against the Chiefs?
Confidence, execution, smart ball, our penalty game. You know, we don't get too many penalties anymore. You know, we're just smarter. We play better football, and we complement each other well. So.
Keep it rolling. Best of luck, Keenan
Allen.
Allen. That's Goal Line to Goal Line with Keenan Allen.
Tender Greens feeds the team daily with meals containing the best ingredients keen on sustainability. Now, here's a taste of Tender Greens featuring one of our players' favorite dishes. Tender Greens is the official chef of the Los Angeles Chargers, so I am joined by Executive Chef Tara Johnson, who is here to make some of the Chargers players' favorite dishes. And this one is a favorite of punter Drew Kazer's. It is the grilled Serrano shrimp bowl. So this is a new item.
Yes, it is. We just switched over to a new menu, added some new menu items, so this has definitely been a hit.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what's going on here.
So here is a dish that we also change up based on the season. So, you know, since it's fall, winter, coming into some fall vegetables, so we're utilizing our butternut squash, our Brussels sprouts. We have an organic brown sprouted rice, and that's mixed with some cilantro, green onion, lime zest, lime juice, some oil, salt, and pepper. And then we have a butternut squash salsa with a serrano chili relish.
Now you can't talk about this dish without talking about the star, the shrimp of it. So how do you make that?
So we marinate it with some chilies, lime, cumin, coriander, and then we just grill it.
Tender Greens, I know, has always done plates, but why offer a bowl option?
I think we always wanted to figure out how to incorporate rice into a dish, and so we've this is something that's nice, and people can switch up the shrimp if they don't, you know, want shrimp. They can do salmon, or they can just do it as a vegetarian option as well.
Cool.
So something that's a little lighter fare.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Chef Tara.
You're welcome.
Coming up next, Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn previews the AFC West clash on the line for the Bolts in Week 15. Welcome back to Access Chargers, presented by Toyota. Coach, congratulations, 4th straight win. So when you look back on that win versus Washington, what stands out to you?
I thought it was a team win. You know, when you look at what the offense did and the balance they showed, the defense with the turnovers late, Keenan being healthy, you know, all year, developing that chemistry there. And, you know, the games are called balanced. We call them more balanced games. And not that we weren't, but we're executing better. We can stay on the field and have continuous drives and more rush attempts and pass attempts. And I like the balance and the mixture that Coach Whisenhunt is using.
Defensively, your secondary is the only unit in the NFL currently to have not allowed a 100-yard receiver this season. How impressive is that to you?
It is impressive, you know, with us losing Jason Verrett and Trevor stepping up, and Casey just kind of picked up where he left off from last year. He's gotten better. So that's pretty impressive. I think the pass rush has a lot to say about that, but it's definitely a team effort on that defense side of the ball. You never know any given week who's going to step up and make the critical play at the right time.
All right, so moving to this week. You guys have played on Monday. You've played on Thursday, obviously Sundays, and now Saturday against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a huge game for both teams, so how do you temper the emotions heading into this game with so much on the line?
Well, you want guys to play within themselves, you know, and we've kind of done that all year. It's kind of been our message, is one play at a time. You never know what play is going to win or lose a game. It's not always the last play of the game. It could be the first play of the game. So as long as we take that approach, one play at a time, and treat every play like it's very important, I think we'll be fine.
Arrowhead is notoriously one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL, and you know it's going to be rocking on Saturday.
Yes.
How do you prepare a team for that environment?
You know, you can bring in the crowd noise, you can do all that you want, but you still can't simulate the noise that you're going to get in Arrowhead and the things that those people are going to say to you in Arrowhead. But I say that it's one of my favorite places to play a football game. I love the atmosphere there, and I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I think our guys I'm sure they're going to be up for this one.
The Chiefs were on a little bit of a slide. They turned things around last week against Oakland. What have you seen from them?
The last couple of weeks I've seen them play really well. You know, the offense is scoring almost 30 points a game again. Defense has stepped up in the pass rush. You know, they are a talented football team, and offensively they have a lot of weapons at every position. So our hands are going to be full, but hopefully we can present some problems for them too.
How do you think your offense will fare against them?
You know, I like our chances. You know, I think the way we're playing football right now, the way we're balanced and running the ball and passing the ball, and the way we're, you know, throwing in some special plays here and there, I like our chances.
And then lastly, Coach, we talked about this last week. You chunked the season up into quarters, 1-0 in the final quarter of the season. What are the keys to victory over the Chiefs to make it 2-0?
Take care of the football, take away the football, and just play our game, execute one play at a time.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Access Chargers presented by Toyota. A big thank you to Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn, our radio team of Matt Money Smith and Nick Hardwick, Tender Green chef Tara, and of course, Keenan Allen. If you missed any part of this week's show, be sure to check out Chargers.com for all of our exclusive content. I'm your host, Haley Elwood. See you next week.